Welcome. My name is Krystle, and you actually press play to my podcast. And I get to introduce you to my amazing friends. We get to share funny stories of how we met, and we get a little deep. So, no further introduction. This is Krystle Break Easy. Sorry, the last girl I did that to, she jumped.
Oh.
Jumped.
No, I appreciate the forewarning.
Thank you. So, you're listening to Krystle Breaks Easy. I'm your host, Krystle, also known as Chris My Life on Instagram and Twitter. I have a special guest with me. I known since, we say 10 years now.
Probably a little longer.
11? You say 11? 10, 11 years?
11, yeah, probably 11.
11 years now. And this person has always been like, when she came into my life, I was so excited because I had another black person in Belleville that was not like a real black person. She's we knew the same people. So it was kind of like, oh, you know this person? I know this person. And it was just we clicked. I was so happy because that was my second last year. Yeah. That was my second last year, and I was just so excited to meet this person. She's an amazing soul. She is a joker. People don't know. She's hella funny. She'll shame you, and you don't even know it, because her mouth's slick. The one and only Tsa Mae.
Hi.
Hi, Tsa.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. I know it was last minute, but I'm so happy that you're here.
Yes, I appreciate it. I appreciate the invite. I'm excited to chat with you.
Are you ready for this? We haven't talked like this for a minute. So Tsa, this is gonna be funny. Can you tell me how we met? I'll tell you my story, but I want you to go first.
Yes, apparently we have different versions of
this.
Let's
go. Let's hear this. Let's lay it all out.
So, from my recollection, we met in college in Belleville, like you had mentioned.
Yep.
We were of the few people of color out there at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm worried that my story is inaccurate.
Let's see.
Okay, let's go.
We're here for the win.
So, from what I remember, we had a mutual friend that introduced us, but the actual instance where we met, I think I was doing laundry. It was I don't know, and you were
were you on res? No,
I didn't. I wasn't living on res, but I came to res to do laundry because it's cheaper.
Yeah, it's cheaper. It's $1 a load.
She's exposing me already.
Sorry, no, because you were doing laundry. I'm like, where did we? I'm like, okay, yeah, it makes sense now.
No, I did not live on res, but I used the advantages of.
Yes,
residents.
And because you're a new person, no one even said, hey.
No one even recognized. Yeah, so I think I was doing laundry and you were there and on the computer or something, and a mutual friend of ours had introduced me to... Had introduced me to Krystle. And that was the first time we actually met. And yeah, we just instantly started chatting, like you said, having known mutual people and stuff like that. And you were just so genuine and real and just super nice. Girls are not really nice to me when I first meet them. So I was she's super dope and just real. And it was nice to connect with someone that you shared something with from home, because being away and stuff like that, and being in a place where it's very rural and different from where we grew up in a city. So it was nice to have that connection. And you just kind of showed me the ropes because you knew Belleville, you were there before me. And and we just kind of clicked. And I think that's my great remembering of how we met.
Her story sounds so good. Oh my God, that's amazing. No. So the first time I saw Tsa, she was with her friend. He's not my friend. She was with her friend.
Can I just clarify that at the time it was a mutual friend?
I wouldn't say that.
Okay, continue.
I wouldn't say that. Because if we were a mutual friend, there shouldn't be a problem once you leave Belleville.
Okay.
So I was your friend while you needed somebody to cook and feed you in Belleville.
Okay.
That's how I looked at it.
Fair enough, yeah, totally.
So I seen Tsa with him walking the halls. I was like, who's this new girl? Because I worked for the basketball team. I worked in the gym. I worked on residence. So I'm known, whoever is black, you come see me.
Facts.
Because if it's any of the new guys that join the basketball team, hey, you don't go here, you don't go here. If you guys need something to be cooked, go buy the meat and I'll cook it.
Right.
I made sure we had our own little community.
Correct. Yeah.
Because I lived on Res, so I knew faces from Res. So I seen her walking. You're walking through the calf. The first time I seen you with him.
Okay.
And then I'm like, who's this girl? And then I was like, yo. And then he played like he didn't hear me. So I was like, oh. So he's trying to find a ting out here, even though he already had situations out here. So
people are getting exposed today.
Yeah, it's all right. I didn't say no names, but he already had situations out here that I kind of lined up.
Oh, right. Yes, I recall that. Yeah.
I lined up all those situations for them. And it's funny because everybody ate but Krystle. Mm-hmm. So, you're really my friend? He wasn't my friend. So, I seen you guys walk through the calf. And I was like, I called. He played like he didn't hear me. And then, I think I went over to their place to go get something. Or to do something. Mm-hmm. And you guys were... I think you came because you're in the area or whatever. You came to the house. And then I was like, hey. And then the man's like, oh, don't talk to my friend. I'm like, don't talk to your friend. Buddy, don't you have a whole woman at home and here? Like, stop this. Who's your friend? And then I was like,
him being very possessive of me and not
and not he never wanted this. He never wanted this.
He didn't want us to be friends for some weird reason.
He never did. Yeah. And then I remember coming up to him like, hey, I'm Krystle. What's your name? Like, I didn't care. I went to you. I think I found you like a couple days later.
Maybe.
At school. Because you were doing the social work. So I knew those girls and I my first year there, I did arts and science, so I knew the profs in that area. Yeah. So I seen in the hall, I'm like, hey, you're Thing's friend. I'm Krystle, what's up? Right. And then we just clicked from there. Yeah. So that's my first interaction with you was there. And then then it was like, I saw you again at the laundry.
I think I remember the laundry thing, because that's when we actually talked and started oh, you know so-and-so? Oh yeah, so-and-so. You're from this place? So... That was my first real, but you're absolutely right. Those prior interactions.
It was prior interactions. The man had it like he didn't want me to talk to his friend.
Very possessive. Very. And literally word for word what Krystle's saying. Don't talk to my friend.
Yeah, I'm like,
weird. Very odd. But
very odd.
But I do remember that, but yeah.
I have so many funny and best moments with this person, but I want to know what our moments that they think are special to them. Let's listen.
So many.
I have one. I don't think you remember this one, but I have a good one.
And my memory's a little because of Yeah.
It's okay.
I have some. Okay, I want to hear yours.
No,
let me see first. If I remember. I was we have had some funny MJ moments.
Yep.
Where
mine's an MJ moment.
Where we've had some jokes. You know what I was actually thinking about a moment that's more recent, and it's it kind of really resonated with me, and I'm not trying to get sappy and stuff, but you had mentioned you had done the Ninjago birthday, and we drove out to Kitchener and came and for the boys' birthday, and it was Matthias was playing with Carter there in the bouncy castle, and I was just wandering in my own vibe, because that's what I do sometimes. And I just was observing the two of them just playing, jumping, and just thinking just literally stopping for a moment. It was a nice day, the sun was shining.
It was a beautiful day. It wasn't too hot, it wasn't too cold.
Perfect,
it was
perfect GTA, I can't say Toronto, day. And just thinking look at us, this is dope. Look how far we've come from those MJ days.
Yes.
where we I want to hear your moment after. Yep. To raising these beautiful young black boys that are just so amazing and crushing it as moms, partners, and it's just I remember having that moment thinking this, and just the sun, just a little moment. Aww. And having that this is amazing, and then the food was just always banging. So
you're you try. That's why I still look like this, because I cook well. I cook well.
Kept me fed in college.
Yes, guy. Tisa, did you eat? Yeah, I'm just gonna grab some pizza. What? Yeah, Krystle, what'd you cook? Curry chicken with coleslaw? Yes. She's like, what? Out there. And Tisa would literally leave her bed in her socks and sandals and just pull up at Res to eat.
Yeah. or do laundry,
or do
whatever.
laundry. She's like, well, I'm gonna come there now. I'm like, yeah, just bring the doorbell. I'm coming. Like, I'm here.
Yes,
But that was my thing. Like, I always used like, because we are far from home.
Yeah.
Like, that was my first time away from home was Belleville.
Yeah.
I never left my house before that.
Yeah. See, I had been away already. So,
yeah, because you went away for school to play soccer.
Yeah. So I was, but it was still different. Because I didn't have any, like, when I went to school in the States, I had, like, soccer people. Whereas this was just, like you said, you don't have nobody.
That's why I went out
You're
there.
on your own, and it's just, like, and they're not, there's a lot of differences than what we're used to.
A lot. Like, you couldn't go certain places in Belleville after a certain time.
Yeah, it wasn't necessary. It wasn't safe.
Like,
yeah.
Where you going? You stay on res, or you go to your room, your house, wherever.
You're saying,
Don't get a house near here. Get a house here.
Yeah, you don't want to rent anything in this area or this row. That row house.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So I love that moment because, like, I remember for weeks, Carter's like, can he come back? Can he come back? Can he come back? I'm like, yeah, we're going to have to call his mom. And I'd be like, Tsa, can we get together?
We tried, I think, a couple times, but it just didn't.
It didn't work. Our schedules.
Just something didn't line up. And
then I'm always the person like, hey, we're coming to Toronto today. What are you doing? I'm working.
Yeah.
I'm like, sorry. Like, I should have called. And, like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I'm like, Carter, no, he's busy. Or, like, but we have to because he keeps asking about him. And then the pictures we have, even everyone's like, Sheridan's like, is that Tsa from Loyalist? I was like, yeah. He's like, you still talk to her? I'm like, guys, she was at our house for dinner. Did you forget?
When you were in Oshawa?
Yeah. I was down the road.
That, honestly, I'm not a chef, but that meal was banging, eh? Like, you did some kind of like a crusted chicken.
Yeah.
I still remember. That's how good
that was my birthday dinner.
Oh my God.
My birthday dinner.
Oh God.
I had a formal birthday dinner.
Yeah.
A formal set-in, and I did, like, soup, and I did a crusted chicken breast with roasted potatoes, roasted vegetable with a butter wine sauce.
And I'm not a big meat eater, like, by any means, but I, like, boxed the whole thing. I was like, yo, this is going down. This is so delicious. Yes. Sorry, I digressed.
No
I remember that.
That was a good party.
It was. So what's your MJ's moment? I'm curious.
It's not sappy and lovely like your moment.
Oh, please, let me hear it.
So, this is our college days. Like, we drink killer Kool-Aids, and Tsa was drinking stuff straight. I was drinking killer Kool-Aids because that was my drink. Tsa was drinking straight stuff before we got there. So, we were at MJ's because you know how our corner was that flat wall. Yeah. So, like, there's, like, this DJ stage, that flat wall, and then there's, like, there's, like, the corner. So, stage, and then we always just jammed in this little L corner. Yeah. And then we had the thing to rest on our back. So, we were
the
here.
The bar that came out. Yes, I know exactly.
Yes.
Yep.
So, we were always in that little corner like this. And I remember some girl brushed you.
Oh, no.
She brushed you.
Did I have a Scarborough moment?
Yes, you did. A full one. And, like, I've been in Belleville for 3 years. When Tsa came, this was your last year. Yeah. So I already been in Belleville because we graduated the same time. We left the same time.
I did an accelerated program. Okay.
Yeah. So she left before me. I still had one more. So that was...
But I still lived in Belleville. I think that's why. Yeah.
Because you're working.
I worked. I got hired, and I ended up working out there. Yeah.
So we were in MJ's. And I don't know if this girl brushed Tsa. All I remember is, like, she's trying to get through. We're like, you can't come this way. It's a dead end. Like, yo, go that way. And we kind of just guided her. Who told this girl to go like this to Tsa?
Oh, I feel like I vaguely remember this.
She went like this to try to box Tsa. Tsa did like a ninja duck. But out of nowhere, first of all, Tsa's cup is in this hand. And the girl brushed her, and then the drink, like, spilled on Tsa's hand like this, but it didn't, like, fully spill, but it got your hand. Out of nowhere, see this hand? Grab the girl by her, like, her hair. She did one of these whoofs, and just dashed the girl. Like, Tsa can't do, like, and I'm like, holy sh... And I'm like, and then she just went flying. We didn't even see her. Like, she just went flying. Like, she grabbed her like this, wrapped her hand, like, this girl had her hair out, so she just grabbed the girl's head, wrapped her hair like this, and dashed her. Like, she's not somebody's child. And then...
But was this not, like, self-defense? Because she was, like, attacking me?
She didn't attack you! She was walking drunk in a corner!
Not holding up.
She was walking, and we already brushed her, and she's like, just let me go. Thinking it was like, you know how the MGs had those little openings? She thought she was at the openings, like we were blocking the opening, and we weren't blocking the opening. So I guided her this way, and she went like this, but because she spilled your drink on your hand, like, literally, the drink went like this.
I, like,
trickle?
plead the fifth on this situation.
Tisa grabbed the girl and dashed the girl. I'm like, okay, Scarborough. And then I had to, like, calm her down because then the security came out of nowhere. Yeah. Who did it? We're like, what are you talking about? And then I knew some of the security guards, so I'm just like, it wasn't us. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah. Do we ever cause trouble when we're here?
Like, never.
No. And then this girl's still, Tisa's already, like, lit, so she just, like...
Yeah, I was
just, like, kissing her teeth, still swaying, like, yo, don't talk to me. I'm just like, what the... I'm like, okay, this girl's... I've never been kicked out of MJ's, but that night, I swear to God, we were about to get kicked out.
We were close, I do recall. Like, vaguely.
Like, I've been in MJ's for so long, and I've never caught any altercations, guy.
MJ's was fun times, though. Like, we had some good times in MJ's. I think I remember that, but she, like, tried to, like...
Yeah,
drunk. That was a drunk moment.
It was a drunk moment. It was a drunk moment. Like she got courage to try to do something.
It was a drunk moment.
And it failed because Tisa dashed her like a ragdoll.
Yeah,
like a Cabbage Patch. She held her hair like a Cabbage Patch.
Scarborough probably came out in me a little.
Yeah, and then the whole thing is her cup is still in her hand. Her drink didn't spill. So like, to see that, like that was it. That was Tisa. That was like that was my best moment because I never seen that side of you. I'm like, oh, she real Scarborough.
Yeah,
like real Scarborough.
But it probably came out that night because I was drinking, and if I recall, it was probably that dark.
Yeah, straight, dark, straight.
On some ice. Yeah, that sounds about right.
That
in those
is you.
Days.
That's you.
We're talking like 12 years ago, 11, 12 years ago.
Yeah, because Kieran's 10. Yeah,
I was like 09.
12. Yeah, 09.
I went there in like 09. Yeah.
Yes, 09. 09 was my last year.
When I was 14.
No, okay.
Trying to laugh because the answer right now.
Tell me your favorite slow jams.
My like slow jams are more like when I was like I don't like
early 90s. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about this young trash auto-tune shit.
Right?
I don't care. I'm talking about when I say slow jams, I'm talking 90s, 80s, like real music.
Yeah, like
real music.
Definitely. There's a lot. There's so many. So I would say like I'm gonna have to go with like some Mary J. Blige.
What Mary song though?
We'll go with the classic, like Real Love. I actually went to her concert when she was up here, not the other day because of the pandemic, but the last time
she was here. Her and Nas?
Nas, yeah, it was dope. Just
I don't like you people that went to that concert. I don't, because I remember asking Trina and my sisters, hey, do you guys want to go here? And everyone's like, no, it's going to be too much money. So I didn't buy a ticket. And then Trina's friend bought her a ticket to go. So I was
no.
I'm like, bitch, and I asked you. I know it was a vibe. I seen everybody's damn snaps. You know how mad I was from Kitchener?
You probably saw mine because I was on there.
I know. Didn't I just say I seen all your damn snaps and all your Insta reels?
Yeah, I'm sorry. So I would say that just because of like the era that came out and like we were young, like I don't want to date myself. I was in, just learning to walk. No, I'm just kidding. But it just kind of played like, we had that it connected, right? We had these little crushes, and most of my like 90s are like based on boy crushes I had at the time, like Aaliyah, like 4-page letter. I remember.
Did you write a 4-page letter?
I did.
And who'd you write a 4-page letter to?
And I sealed it with a kiss.
Who'd you write a 4-page letter for?
We're gonna keep that information disclosed at this point.
I'll beep it out. Don't worry, I'll beep it out. I'll beep out the name.
A crush I had in high school.
Okay.
You want me to say his name?
If you want to.
No.
You don't have to.
A Markham man. A Markham man, yeah.
A Markham man.
High school things, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you really seal it with a kiss? Like you put on lipstick and everything?
Yeah, well, like, like the little colored gloss. The juicy, yeah. It's all sticky. Stuck I did. So just, those songs, like, just are a part of my, like, adolescence, right? Yes. And it just part of me. So I'll still run that when I'm feeling like I want to get nostalgic and stuff. And then I would probably go with, like, some TLC. I remember that Crazy Sexy Cool album. I had it on.
That's everyone's favorite album.
I had it on cassette.
Yes.
I keep feeling like I'm aging myself.
It's okay. We all are. We're grown.
Yeah. And just like running it. And then the leaflet had the lyrics.
Yep.
So I would be there like singing along and reading, thinking I was like T-Boz or someone chilly, try-ting. But so my favorite song off that album.
Please don't say fan mail.
No. What's that song?
Creep?
No.
Red Light Special?
That Digging on You.
Oh. Digging on me.
Yeah, I can't sing, so I'm not going to even attempt.
Baby. Yeah. It's all...
Yeah, one of my faves, yeah.
I love that song.
So that's like those are my slow jam type. That's like my era of slow jam vibes, yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's
Three
good.
of my favorites.
It's that time for Dirty Laundry, my favorite segment. Let's hear what my guests have to say by airing out their dirty laundry.
So one sticky or dirty laundry was I don't even know if I should say this.
Hey, you know it's going to be good when you don't want to say it.
No, okay, so if we're we'll go back to Belleville days.
Okay.
And when I first lived there, I lived with a family.
Yes.
They had rented a room out.
Yeah, I remember that.
Right, so
that
I was
house.
in the big, nice house. And I was in the basement with another student who was renting the other room or whatever. So.
I think I know this story.
So, do you?
I think so. And it was womp, womp, womp.
Oh my God.
See? I did know this story. I told you. Nothing goes through me in Belleville without me knowing. I told you.
That what? Did you? So, no, it wasn't. It was so long story short.
Yep.
A mutual friend had tried to, hook up. And I was kind of dating my now husband.
Yeah.
Who's going to kill me when he hears this. No, I'm just kidding. He knows about this. Is we're talking 11 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? This is before we were just kind of getting to know each other. But and MJ's drinking back at going back to the house, and I don't know why we went back to my place because I lived with the family. And just having to get out of that sticky situation because you're in someone's house, not really your own place. You're renting a room, and him just maybe overstaying his welcome. Yeah.
I remember that story being a lot different.
And just having...
I remember that story being a lot different. A lot different. You guys want to hear my version of that story? Here's your drink. Here's your drink. Do you want to hear my version of that story? Please, if the crowd would like to hear my version of that story.
Woo.
Yes, tell it.
Oh, boy.
So, everyone's at MJ's. Because you know what's really funny that night at MJ's? You bitches left me. That's how I know about this story. Because you left me. How'd I get back to Rez?
I'm sorry. I apologize for something that happened 12 years ago.
No, we're going to talk about this now. You left me. We went to MJ's together.
Okay. She's remembering details that I don't necessarily remember. I probably did. I think because I drove. I used to drove.
You came and got me because I wasn't working. I wasn't on shift that night. You came and got me. We went out. Right. Mm-hmm. We went to MJ's. And Krystle, you coming to MJ's?
I feel tonight. Like this is accurate.
Yeah, very accurate.
Yeah, I do remember this story, and I do know where you're going with this story.
Yeah. So we're at MJ's. We're drinking. We're laughing. I was drinking Killer Kool-Aids back then. That was my drink. 215 Killer Kool-Aids because they were $5.
Yeah.
Cool.
I've always been a Hennessy girl.
Yeah, that's okay.
Probably why I end up in these sticky situations.
So this girl's like, hey, I'm going to go get another drink. Do you want anything? I said, no, I'm good. Because I remember, I have 2 drinks in my hand. I'm good. Okay. Where's this girl? She didn't come back. Let me go look to see maybe she went to the bathroom. This girl fully left me the fucking party.
I feel like I was persuaded to leave.
Yeah, whatever.
And in my defense...
she left me in the party. I'm ringing her down. Ringing her down. No answer. And I realized he's not here either. It's only JF that's there. He's never by himself.
I love how she's going with the initials. Yes.
He's never by himself.
Yeah.
He doesn't even like MGs like that. So I knew it was like a setup thing. Because like, oh, well, if anything, he'll drive you home.
She'll get a ride home with so-and-so. Yeah.
Yeah, that never happened either. I didn't get a ride home. I didn't get a ride home. So when I start asking questions, where's so-and-so? Where's so-and-so? Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, cool. You don't know. Okay, cool. Calling this girl, no answer. She calls me in the...
Poor reception in Belleville. This is like
bullshit.
Early 2000s.
Yo, Belleville was so good that if you bought a prepaid phone and you had 25 cents, parts on campus, your phone can make calls to Toronto for free. Perfectly fine reception.
No, I'm just playing. Yes, I left.
She left me to go do her thing with homeboy. And I warned her. I warned her.
Drinking.
Bullshit. I don't care if it's the last time. I warned this girl. I warned her. I sent her angry texts. Yeah. I don't know if that's what got him out of the house. Because I finally got you on the phone and you're like, hey, I wasn't feeling well. I'm in the bathroom right now at home. I go, who's with you? I go, send that nigger home. It's not worth it.
Facts.
Send that nigger home. I don't care if I have to take a cab to your house. Send him home. Don't do it. Don't do it. And they're like,
for the record,
I'm not going to do it.
I did not do it.
She's like, I'm not going to do it. I'm like, guy, he's still there. Why are you in the bathroom talking to me, whispering? Send him home.
Yeah, she did. And that's the type of real friend Krystle is.
And then she sent him home, and then the man didn't talk to me no more.
That might have been a turning point in the relationship, yes. I feel like that might have been. But, like, in all realness, like...
Guy, you left me at a party. Even though you came and got me, you left me. You left me, Tsa.
I was also drinking, though. You know what? I don't even think I think he drove the car there. Because I was, like, lean. I was drinking.
Guy, you came and got me.
When? After?
Not after, like...
To go to the party?
To the party, yeah.
Yeah, because I was driving, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you left me.
Yeah, I left. I did.
And I had to, like, talk this girl down a wall for her to...
She talked me off a cliff. That could have went really left, really quick. Left.
Guy, you would have regretted that decision.
You're absolutely right.
Like, Jesus.
Yeah. And, yeah, we won't... He shall remain nameless, but
nameless.
I am very glad that I did not go down that route, and Krystle had my back. Like I said, she was a genuine friend.
You know how mad I was? You know how mad I was?
You were.
First of all, I really didn't want to go out, but she's like, let's go out. Because I think they had a game earlier that day too, so I was recording girls and guys basketball.
Yeah, I don't even remember all that, to be perfectly honest.
You never worked on campus.
No, I didn't. I was like, oh, I'm done classes. Let's go party.
And this bitch left me. She left me.
Yeah, I did.
She left me.
I'm a bad friend. I apologize.
It's time to be inspired. So let's ask my guests. What's going on with them? In business, life, new adventures.
Wow. So lots has been going on. I have been doing a lot. So more recently, I launched my own business.
Yes.
Doing mindfulness meditation. So doing guided meditation and focusing on breath work and just really, self-care, mental health and well-being, stuff of that nature. Going back a little bit, working in child welfare for the last decade kind of has prompted this. So working with kids and seeing like how the system really doesn't use like traditional forms of working with kids, and that doesn't always work for every kid's so different, right? Yeah. So that kind of really prompted me to look at alternate forms and alternate ways of working with my clients. Wasn't always viewed as
no.
Yeah, I don't want to say no, but like, the powers that be and working for like a government system, right?
Yeah.
Stick to the script, Tsa. Like, you know what I mean? We're doing solution focused work. Stick to that. This meditation stuff, this mindfulness stuff, like it's cool, it's trendy, but this is what we're doing. This is what our tax dollar, because they have to show like
where their money is going,
right? So I would say about a year, almost 2 years. We're in 2021. Wow. About 2 years ago, I resigned.
Ooh.
I said, like, screw this. I went back to do my master's, which I'm almost done. So close. Yay. Finished all my coursework, thank God. So I went back to school, and then while I was away, while I left that job, I was working with problem gamblers, working with OLG, doing that kind of work, and finding that I could incorporate like mindfulness with gamblers, like being present in the here and now, like what is triggering me to pull that slot, right? So finding that it could work in so many different areas, and with the pandemic last year, I'm like, you know what? So many people need the support and the help. I'm going to take a leap of faith, and I'm going to like launch this. And my biggest thing was obviously being a woman and a woman of color, just having that representation, right? Because a lot of the times, and even though like mindfulness and meditation comes from like the Far East origins, when you see, and I didn't really take this in until much later, but when you like Google it or look up stuff and the pioneers in the West of it, it's very male Caucasian dominated, which I thought was really interesting, right? So the young Black person or the young person of color is not going to readily associate with that because they're not seeing that like representation. They're not seeing themselves in that. So wanting to like put that out there for our people. So that's kind of what I'm working on. And I'm like I had mentioned, I'm finishing my master's in counseling psychology right now.
Okay.
So I'm doing my placement hours, and then I'm done. And then my hope is to go into my own practice and working with predominantly people of color, youth and families, because that's my background, right? Working.
I'm so excited for that.
This segment is called Book Me, where I actually get to ask my guests about what book had deeply impacted them and why.
I have a couple, but so if we're like talking about like mindfulness and meditation, I just finished it for the second time. It's a book by Jon Kabat-Zinn. It's called Wherever You Go, There You Are. Yes. So it's really, yes, I think I got that right. So it's really talking all about mindfulness and simple awareness, and obviously meditation, but how we can incorporate that into our daily lives, right? Like it's hard to take up a formal practice where like I practice 30 minutes a day, and I find the days that I don't practice,
you're off. I'm
off, and I'm short tempered, and you know, MJ days, Scarborough wants to come out, right? But the days I practice, I don't. I feel a lot better. So the book really just kind of shows you and goes through how to develop your own daily practice. And incorporating, like I said, simple awareness into your day-to-day, like literally stopping and smell the roses. So like walking to your car and there's plants, just stopping and taking that in, right? And really living in the moment. Yes. And not thinking about, okay, especially being moms, right? Okay, Sheridan's got this. I got to make him lunch. I got it for work. I've got the two boys to get ready for school. They've got karate or this or that, right? Like we're always in a state of going and never in a state of stillness and actually being. Yes. And it kind of shows you how to go through that in very simple terms. It's not fancy and, but it's practical. That's one of mine.
What's your second book?
My second one would be... I don't know. I've got it. So there's another one that I read a few years ago. I don't want to mispronounce his name, like Ta-Nehisi Coates. Ta-Nehisi. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Coates, and it's like a letter or a memoir to his son. Yes. Me against the world. Between the world and me. I apologize. Sorry.
It's okay. We're here. That's why we have help.
Yeah, that's why we have help. And I read it a few years ago, but actually when I was just about to have my son, and just for me it was really like transformative because I went to school in the States. Yes. I had that firsthand experience coming from Toronto with such a diverse background, going to school in Scarborough where I literally had white friends. I had my Filipino friends rode for me, Yes. Like, you know what I mean? I had brown friends, Black friends, obviously, and then going into school in the States and like feeling like I'm different. Like I never really felt put in a box or put into a category until I went to the States. So reading this book and like resonating with it, and then thinking like, oh my God, I'm bringing a young Black boy into this world, like, and I'm his mother, right? I gave it to my husband to read right after. I'm like, you need to read this.
Yes.
We need to be prepared for what's going to happen. So that that one really like sat with me, just because I did have that like personal experience of like what it was like to just experience that American type of lifestyle. And yeah, just feeling different. Yeah.
So this is our last segment. It's called The Quote. I ask my guests to tell me what quotes they use on a daily basis or the ones they live by. For me, short and simple, mine is, life is what you make it. Because it is. Let's hear what my guests have to say.
I would say, and I don't know if I'm like misquoting it or quoting it, but it's kind of like along the lines of, don't put off what you can do today for tomorrow. Trying to be not as productive as possible, but trying to, again, live in the moment, right?
Yes.
So if you can do something today, like don't wait to, and I'm guilty of it. Like I feel like I should call you so much more than I do.
Yeah, you should, because I message you all the time. So yeah, bitch, call me, please.
Exactly.
But thank you so much for doing this. This has
thank
been
you
good.
for having me. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's good to like catch up and.
Yeah, we haven't talked about this stuff in a minute, but yeah, I just wanted to remind you that you did leave me at MJ's.
I did for
a waste of a guy. She left me
for some trash dude.
And she didn't smash.
Let this be a lesson to people. Don't leave your girls for trash dudes, because in the end,
I could have told you that.
I was young too. We're talking like I'm in the early 20s. I'm like a grown woman now. No, but yeah, and making sure you have real ones to call you out on your ish when you do ish.
Always
in your corner. That's important.
That's so true.
Yeah.
But thank you though.
Thank you for having me.
This has been really good.
Yeah.
So that is a wrap, folks. You just listened to Krystle Breaks Easy. I am your host, Krystle. To find me on Instagram, you're going to look for Krystle Breaks Easy _, which is the podcast page. Also, my personal page on all platforms is Krys My Life. So until next time, stay safe.